Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Man's No Bull Beer Reviews. Today I have another beer from Bell's Brewing Company out of Comstock, Michigan. This beer is something that I think they've done it before, but this is definitely the first time they've bottled it as far as I know. This is a double Two Hearted, so this is a double version of their Two Hearted IPA. I figured it would make sense to drink it out of my Bell's Hop Slam glass because I'll probably do a little bit of comparison to their regular standard seasonal double IPA Hop Slam. This one's actually I think Hop Slam is 10 or 10.5%. This one's 11, so it's even slightly bigger than that. So I mean, by today's standards, this would be considered like a triple IPA, I guess, at least by ABV. Probably not by hop content. And it says, everything you loved about our classic Two-Hearted Ale, now in a double IPA with 2.5 times the amount of Centennial hops. Double Two-Hearted has intense pine and citrus notes, a resinous hop aroma, and a rich malt character. So, pretty excited to have this. I'm guessing this is definitely going to be an old-school type IPA, even though it's new for them, as far as I know. And yeah, I'm going to crack it open and see what we got. Now, regular Two-Hearted was one of the beers that I first fell in love with when I really learned to appreciate what a good IPA could be. When I first started having IPAs, a lot of them were I think they were probably old. They were just malty and bitter and didn't have that nice fresh hop flavor. When I had Two-Hearted and Stone IPA were the first two where I drank them, and I was just like, wow, this is crazy. Like, this is really good. And it made me realize what an IPA could be. And that was so long ago. Like, things have changed so much since then, obviously. But I think it was 3-4 months ago that they first showed something on, I don't know if it's my beer blog or one of those websites that shows like when labels get approved, and I saw that and I was pretty excited. So as you can see, it pours a pretty dark orange to amber color. I would say this looks slightly darker than regular Two-Hearted, if I remember it. It's actually been a little while since I've had a regular Two-Hearted, which is kind of a shame. And it actually looks a little darker than the last time I had Hop Slam too, if I remember correctly. But it been a while since I had that too. I think I did get one this year because I like to at least try one can and or bottle every time it comes out. It had a nice white head, but that faded away pretty quickly, as you can see. So I do get the piney resinous nose, but I'm also getting like a very malty, caramely body. I wouldn't say that it really smells that much like Two-Hearted. Honestly, it kind of smells like an American barley wine, which I'm okay with that if it's like really balanced. We'll see. I've had a couple beers like this from Bell's. For whatever reason, some of their stuff doesn't seem to be very aromatic anymore. But then whenever I drink them, they taste way hoppier than they smell. So I don't know. We'll see. That is a hefty beer. It's so well balanced, though. Wow. This really is more like an American barley wine than an IPA. Because it is, to me, it's not even as much the malt flavor as much as it is the sweetness of the beer itself. It's not overly sweet, but it's sweeter than most double IPAs are. I guess triple IPAs though are sometimes this sweet, so that kind of makes sense if it is that strong. It's so weird, like you get, and this is just like I was saying before I tried it. The hop flavor is so much more pronounced than it is in the aroma. Thank goodness. The very, very, very foretaste you get this big sweetness, and then it's like, oh shit, this is gonna be like super malty and just not something I want to drink. And then you realize that it's not like really caramely. It's just like a little toasted. And then it has this nice, lush, like earthy and peach taste. Then it finishes with this really nice, like slightly boozy, bready character. This is very different. But I'm not saying that in a negative way. This is kind of what I was expecting from Two Heart or from Bell's with this. I wasn't expecting it to be like super in your face hops, but I was expecting it to be balanced and drinkable. And this is crushable if there ever was such a thing for an 11% beer. You definitely get the heft in the body, but I'm not really getting it. The booze in the throat or in the chest there. Like I said, it smells like it doesn't smell that good. It kind of smells like a 4-month-old IPA. But then when you taste it, the malts are definitely there, and they're balancing out the bitterness, which is awesome. But there's a really nice, clean, citrusy character. This is an interesting beer. It's obviously very old school. It doesn't seem like they want to shy too far away from that. Although they did do the official that hazy IPA, hazy wheat IPA they tried, which was decent. But I would prefer breweries like this, instead of trying to do the new style and just not doing it as well as the newer breweries that do it, just keep sticking to the old stuff and nailing it. And that's what this is to me. I would say this is probably even less hop forward than the last time I had Hop Slam, but I'm okay with that. As an overall beer, like if you just told me that this was a really nice, fresh American barley wine, I would be all about it. Because I like American barley wines if they're pretty malty, but then it has a nice fresh hop flavor. But the American barley wines that are just malty, but really not much hop flavor, and they're just bitter, that is garbage. I can't deal. I don't like that. But I know people will say I'm crazy about this, maybe, but this kind of reminds me of Fresh Behemoth from Three Floyds. It's not quite as hop forward, but it just reminds me of that. It has that depth, and I know this is sacrilege to some people, but I'm really drinking this right now. I have a feeling, because it has that really nice, pronounced, balanced malt bill, that this will turn into like a freaking awesome barley wine in like a year or two. And I'm not a big proponent of aging beers, especially hoppy beers, in the hopes that they turn into something good. But Two Hearted actually, or not Two Hearted, Hop Slam actually turns into a pretty good beer after a year or two, like a completely different beer. Behemoth also. But this is even maltier, and I feel like has more depth in the malt bill than Hop Slam does. I think I'm gonna get a 4 or 6 pack or whatever this comes in and just sit on it and see what happens with it. Because I could see this turning into something really nice. I like it now, but I could see it turning into like a legit barley wine. Like something along the lines of Bigfoot for sure. I don't know what this cost. I did buy it, but I honestly don't remember. It was just part of a larger purchase. But I think it's only a couple bucks. So at that price, I would buy this again. If I wanted like a big, big beer that was really balanced, that wasn't a stout, that wasn't super sweet, but wasn't just like a sugary, sweet haze bomb type IPA. I mean, this would fit the bill. And do I want that very often? No, but there's time, and especially now, like it's beginning to be fall, but it's so hot down here still. But in like 2 months, I would love to have this. So I'm gonna say it's a buy, especially for the price. So I think that's all I got on this one. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I look forward to doing the next one. Thanks.